for the channel. Today we are reacting, not playing, we are reacting to a video to a person that survived in like 24 hours in sensory deprivation. So I'm a little sick, so if you hear my voice like a little different, that's why. So let's jump into this video.
La vida solo pasa una vez. Nada mejor que
An ad.
añadir hasta 1,8.
Sensory deprivation is straight up scary. What does it even mean to experience nothing? Especially when my screen time is 10 hours a day.
Okay, so guys, this is Ryan Trahan. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And if you want to check out his channel, I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. So if you want to watch this video or see his channel, that's all gonna be in the description. So let's keep going.
Which led my father to say this.
I bet you can't last a few hours in one of these.
Okay. He might be right, but I'm too insecure to accept that. So I bet him that I could, and whoever loses the bet has to paint themselves green and say in front of all of you,
What are you doing in my swamp on camera?
Next thing I know, I'm outside of a building that's probably on the cover of a Goosebumps book. It didn't take long to find the entrance and immediately be terrified by a cat waving at me, as well as a plethora of ducks. Why are there so many ducks here? That is a super duck. I nervously waited for a few minutes when I was greeted by a man named Tom, legally known as the Master of Senses. I was then guided to the world's largest sensory deprivation pool. I'm not scared, you're scared. I feel like I walked into another portal at some point back there. You're telling me this isn't the most ominous door you've ever seen? I'm gonna be doing the maximum legal time in this thing, 3 hours. One with no gravity, one with no gravity or light, and one with no gravity, light, or sound. Complete sensory deprivation, which apparently can have some side effects. I'm a little scared of hallucinating. Like in a Simpsons episode, they hallucinate, so it must be true. But first I checked how deep the water is because I can barely swim, which Tom thought was hilarious. And now I'm ready. Yay! Oh my goodness. Whoa. See ya.
So when you get into a floating pool, generally the progression is as follows. You get in, you sit down, you lay back.
The whole 3 hours, and subscribe if you think that he's not gonna like survive it. So do that.
And as you lay back, you float up to the surface of the water.
Oh my gosh. I feel like a single-celled organism right now. I've got a timer on my phone that's gonna go off at the 3-hour mark. This pool is saltier than my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, don't say that.
I don't have an ex-girlfriend. You guys know I can't swim, really. Well, I can't float either. I am negative buoyant somehow. So these pools have tons of salt, like 2,500 pounds of salt. Even in Stranger Things, they show them filling up a pool of salt. And salt makes you float. I worked really hard on this visual. Please affirm me. But in conclusion,
It's like dropping an ice cube into a glass. If it's a person's first time, it's going to take maybe 5 to 10 minutes for them to start to release their body in a way that trusts the water.
I have never successfully floated before. And this is, well, this is crazy. I was only 18 minutes into this challenge when I had the actual scariest experience of my life.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know, I would say 10 minutes to 20 minutes is, you know, mind dump.
I feel like a butterfly.
BS, 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 and then maybe around 25 to 30 minutes, the mind just goes, okay, I give up.
I don't see how people fall asleep in here. You know, this is why you don't say stuff like that. I'm completely asleep here. Totally vulnerable. But the duck woke me up and now it's time to turn off the lights. No way.
Oh, that's scary. I am scared.
Turning off the lights added a completely new element to this that I genuinely didn't expect to be that dramatic, but it was. I have lost all concept of time. But I still have my duck with me, so.
Duck.
Being glued to a phone or glued to a screen, I think increases, your own personal suffering.
So I haven't even gotten to the silence yet, and I feel so weird because I've realized I have developed a habit of listening to something at all times or watching something at all times. Like this screenshot is my life. I feel like the DVD icon that's like bouncing around. Just hoping to hit the corner perfectly. Oh, no. Not quite.
We are the happiest, and this has been proven in study after study, when we are fully present in a moment. Right here, right now. And the moment is not on the screen.
It's so echoey, I feel like we're in the inside of my mind right now. And it's not a very familiar place.
60 to 90 minutes is enjoyable, relaxing, refreshing, floating longer. It could be visionary. You could see either things that you have seen or things that you've not.
Around 2 hours and 4 minutes-ish is where something actually crazy happened. I really feel like my mind was the only thing working at this point. I suddenly felt like I infiltrated this memory that I haven't thought of in years because I felt so still. Please don't judge me when you watch this. I feel like this reminded me of when I was little, in the summer times when I didn't have to go to school. My grandma, she was like she raised me. My grandma would take naps midday. And I hated taking naps, but I always took a nap with her. And I just remember feeling so still.
Oh my god, this is starting to get scary.
Well, that's embarrassing. But it was real. Anyways, we have 2 earplugs. Maxed out sensory deprivation.
When you cut off sensory input to the body, it's pretty amazing, right? So you have no gravity, no light, no sound. You're reducing the workload that your brain and central nervous system has to process pretty dramatically.
Bye.
This is already scary. It's not
Hey.
fun to watch.
All I can hear is the noises inside my ear that are like.
And guys, if you want to see me react to some more videos, make sure to like and subscribe to see more reactions and playing games, I guess. Oh, and guys, now that I'm saying this, at 100 subscribers, I will be revealing my face. So if you want to see my face, subscribe, I guess.
I fell asleep immediately. Hour 3, let me tell you about hour 3. It hits different, okay?
It's like everything in the world, it's a wave. It starts at a certain level, and then you sink down into a deep relaxation, and then the mind comes back and asserts itself.
You could tell me I've been in here for 30 minutes or 10 hours. Seriously. I'm not just saying that. And now you're about to watch me reach the threshold of hallucinations, confusion, constipation. I don't remember the full list, but this is it. If I had to explain what I was feeling in this moment, or what I was seeing, is basically on screen. I feel like my mind just started creating content because what even is nothing? Like the absence of every sense, every thought, my identity on this planet, everything. It was just gone for a bit. The last 20 minutes was a spiritual experience, and it took me another 10 minutes to even realize my timer was going off. But what I did next is the real story here. I did it. I immediately started checking my notifications, and if you heard this sound throughout this video, that's because there were 62 of them, one for every notification I missed while in this tank. And so I guess the question is, were they worth missing?
This thing on? What am I supposed to say? What are you doing in my swamp? So that's basically just...
So, guys, you know what? I'm gonna subscribe to him. Okay, so guys, that was a so good video. I love that one. Make sure to subscribe to Ryan Trahan. I'm just gonna say Tarhan, okay? And make sure to subscribe to him and subscribe to me. So that's it for the video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. See ya!